18-year-old Port Hardy man has now been charged with murder in the beating death of 28-year-old Cindy Scow. The Crown will determine the degree of the murder charge later. The accused is Dakota Dillon Johnny, arrested within an hour of Scow being found badly beaten in an abandoned house. She died soon after in the hospital. As CTV's Gord Kurbis reports tonight, forensic analysts are now going over the crime scene.
Forensic investigators surround a home on the Guatsala-Naquita Reserve just outside of Port Hardy. RCMP have been on scene here since Sunday evening when a 28-year-old woman was beaten to death.
We are still in the community. We're still doing our investigation. We still have a scene set up where this homicide took place. That will be there for the next few days.
They're gathering evidence in the brutal murder of Cindy Scow. Band members say this is 19-year-old Dakota Dillon Johnny, the young Port Hardy man now charged with her murder.
He's a relative. And his mom is my first cousin.
Cindy's parents, seen here with her 7 children, are still in shock over her tragic death. Police and paramedics rushed to this abandoned home after getting a 911 call on Sunday night from someone saying Cindy appeared to have been badly beaten. Her mother's late uncle used to live in the house, but her family doesn't know why Cindy would have been there.
But I don't know how or why she was in there. I was thinking that young guy might have followed her in or something. I don't really know yet. It's going to be a couple more days investigation.
RCMP say they have received a great deal of assistance from the First Nations community in Port Hardy.
We had great support from the community in the first hours of this. When we arrived to the initial 911 call for assistance, there were a number of members from the community at the scene offering and rendering assistance to Cindy. There were many people there who had information, who wanted to share that with us, and who did so very quickly. So that helps us, as well as the officers being available and moving in as quickly as they could to gather that information.
CTV News has learned that part of that information could be in the form of a text message. Cindy's mother says that Dakota Johnny sent out a troubling text message after her daughter's death.
I can't get into the specifics of what information or evidence led us to identify the suspect. Certainly the investigators on the ground from the Port Hardy detachment in the very early hours of this were able to talk to the right people, gather the right information, and make the right decisions as far as intercepting this individual and arresting him.
Dakota Johnny will remain in custody until his next court appearance, which is set for Friday. Gord Kurbis, CTV News.